You'll have to forgive the appearance of my first elementalist here, Kiehri. Although, actually, after 11, a little over 11 years now, I don't remember. It's like, was I trying to do kind of a weird spelling of Carrie or Kiehri or Kari or like? Honestly, I don't remember anymore. It was just Kiehri, I think is what I was trying to do. I don't know. Anyways, this is basically my attempt of doing a Disney princess in Guild Wars 2. You'll have to forgive me for that one as well, because I was only a couple of weeks new to the game when I created Kiehri here. So it kind of turned out the way I wanted it to. Although she's got a lot of bare back there. Those are kind of bare shoulders, which with some pearls, I guess. Yeah. See, the problem is it's really, really difficult to find a full skirt in Guild Wars 2. Like really, really difficult. And this is an outfit that she's wearing. Okay, let's see. I guess that'd be under fashion. God, I hate how they did this. How they rearranged this thing. Noble courtier outfit. So yeah, like this is my attempt to make a Disney princess, but the challenging part is there's so few long skirts, like full length skirts that wrap all the way around. Usually it's, the back and the sides, and then oh look, the front is opened up so that she can run. And well, there's a perfect example of right here. Ooh, it didn't turn off. Why didn't it turn off? That's why. Okay. This is what she looks like without the outfit. Like this is what she looked like before I put the outfit on her. So here's a perfect example of it right here. Oh look, it's a full skirt and shows a little bit of her ankles or whatever in the back. That's fine, that's acceptable. But it's the front. Completely exposed in the front, and it just drives me batty. She's basically a Sylvari who fell in love with the idea of a Crichton princess when she was like days old after she was hatched or whatever it is. So that's basically what she was supposed to look like. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take another crack at it, but I can't really think of anybody else any other of my characters would be able to do that. Hmm. Speaking of fashion statements, here it is. I'll say 9 months after I posted my last video in regards to the Perfected Envoy Legendary Armor. Now, in that version, I created medium weight armor and I attached it to my soul beast, Sandra's Allure, who was my Bay. She was the first character that I created back in 2015. Was it February or March? I think it was March 2015. That's when I came to the game. But anyways, I created the Perfected Envoy Legendary Armor for her specifically because she was, the first at everything. Now she's owning the first Legendary Armor. And now, fortunately, we're going to be dealing with a completely different weight of armor. This is a fantastic opening, by the way. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I made a couple of mistakes in crafting the second set of Legendary Armor. Oh, there you can see the underside. That's what a full skirt looks like from the underside, by the way. It goes up to her knees. So yeah, by the way, you're upskirting full size skirts. Like why can't Anet do that more often? Oh yeah, and I gave her little pixie wings. Because again, Disney princess. So yeah. Let's see. All right, over here, she's a tailor. Well, she's also an artificer. I made a mistake in crafting legendary armor. When I crafted my first set of Perfected Envoy back in summer of 2025, and here it is, late May 2026, they give you a choice at some point. Let's see, actually, I might still have it. Oh, that's why I came here. That's right. They give you a choice of a free set of ascended armor. Here it is right there, Experimental Envoy, okay? This is the free set of ascended armor that you get. Let's see, I might be able to preview it on Kiehri here. I think I can preview it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So here's, and this is the medium weight armor. Okay. And it says right here, unusable by your profession. So Kiehri is lightweight. I'm previewing with medium weight. Now, here's the problem. If you take a look at this one in particular, actually, if you take a look at any of these, you'll notice that it says Ascended Medium Armor. And that is where I made my mistake. What I should have done was make it light armor or heavy armor. That's what I should have done. I didn't listen to the advice. If I had designated it as heavy armor or light armor instead of medium armor, this second set of Perfected Envoy legendary armor would have cost me, well, roughly half of as much in materials as it ultimately has. I was a fool. I did not pay attention. I did not listen to the advice. And this has taken me about, I'll say, 5.5 months longer than it ultimately should have. Like, I should have been doing this in November of 2025. That's when I should have been doing this. Instead, I'm doing it in late May of 2026. Okay. So if you are going for a different set of Perfected Envoy, do not ever select the same weight that you're currently aiming for, because you can save yourself 150 legendary insights, which ironically I've actually already spent. Yeah, there's 9 left over. So yeah, that's 150 legendary insights that I could have saved myself the trouble of getting. Okay. Instead, I ended up getting a full set of 300 legendary insights just to make this second set of armor. Another thing that I learned from my previous video, 9 months ago, is make certain that I have all 4 pieces necessary to construct the legendary armor before I start recording. Teehee. So we actually did, I did guild raids earlier this evening, and that allowed me to cross the line and make a second set of legendary armor. So I've been building up on it for a while. The thing that always gets me when I'm crafting legendary or legendary anything, it doesn't matter what it is these gifts. Is these 6 or 7 gifts right here, which you only have to craft, or no, there's 8 or 9 here. I think there's 9 here. There's 8 of them. I can't count. These are always expensive for me because of these bloody tier 6 and tier 5 materials. They drive me crazy. And I'll tell you how bad it got. This morning I was at 3,860 gold, I believe. I've spent roughly 300 gold in the last hour trying to pick up all the final pieces or whatever it is. And a good chunk of that gold, I'd say a good 200 or 300 gold went into getting these tier 5 and tier 6 materials, which is why you're going to see a lot of them have 0 on them at this point, and I'm having to slowly rebuild these things again. Some of them I could craft one more, whatever. But yeah, these gifts, these 8 gifts that you have to craft, oh man, these are so expensive. I'll give you a perfect example right here. Buy more 100 elaborate tokens. Buying just 1. Let's see, what is 1 going to cost me? Because remember, you're not just making, because we're making legendary armor, you're not just making 1 of these, you're making 6 of these. So every single amount, everything you see here, you have to multiply that by 6. So it's not just 100 elaborate totems, again, just for the sake of demonstration. It's not just 100 you have to collect in order to make Perfected Envoy armor. It's 600. 600. So just 1 is going to be 24 silver, right? Well, what happens when you get a whole stack? Hello. 61 gold in the current market rate. So that's why they get so bloody expensive. So Gift of Venom, Blood, Fangs, Dust, and you have to make 6 of each of these. Now, I've already done that part. Oh, here it is right here. Gift of Prosperity. I also had to buy a couple of Mystic Clovers, but that was okay because I was almost full, so that was whatever. Gift of Craftsmanship, that's taken care of. or Gift of Craftsmanship. That's one of the things that requires you to go through raids. So the Gift of Craftsmanship is the time gated, or kind of sort of time gated thing. That will take you months to get those. Although I think if you speedrun it, you can get 35 legendary insights per week, something like that. Last I checked. I don't remember anymore. But anyways, Gift of Craftsmanship, that'll be the time-consuming one. The other three are just expensive. But for me personally, Gift of Condensed Might and Gift of Condensed Magic, which are made up of these 8 items, those are the expensive ones for me. Those are the ones that I'm always struggling with. So Gift of Prosperity, that's the expensive one. Gift of Prowess, you purchase that from Scholar Glenna when you're in raids. There are certain raids where she acts as a merchant, and you can buy those from her. So, yay. Gifts of Dedication. These are not difficult. Auric Ingots. Actually, the Auric Ingots, those can be a little time-consuming, just because you have to craft those. You're going to end up doing a lot of grinding on the Charr meta in order to make that one. Reclaimed Metal Plates, you're going to be grinding a lot of Verdant Brink. Reclaimed Metal Plates, you're going to be doing, because Reclaimed Metal Plates come from, is it rare or exotic weaponry? That's where those metal plates come from. So you're going to be grinding that a bit. Chalk Eggs, yep, you're going to be in Tangled Depths for that one. So, and the Gift of the Pact, you just have to have a character do all of story mode. Or no, I'm sorry, they have to, what's it called? World exploration. You have to do world exploration of specifically Heart of Thorns. So you have to explore all 4 maps in Heart of Thorns. Then you can purchase Gift of the Pact. So if you have a character that's already done that, that's easy. That's spoken for. That's accounted for. So Gift of Prosperity, Gift of Prowess, and then the individual armor pieces. Let's see, Refined Envoy. That's not right. Oh, because you... Right. Nope. That's because I'm talking to an artificer. Sorry, it's late. Why am I doing this right now? Here it is. Refined Envoy. These also have to be purchased from Scholar Glenna. So you have, and that's what the what's it called? That's what the legendary insights are for. That's the only way you can get those, is you have to do raids. You have to do raids in order to get Perfected Envoy Armor, in order to even attempt it. This is usually used for Ascended Armor anyway, so you already have this recipe, and you're already going to have this recipe. And the materials are standard issue. Nothing special there. Bolt of Damask, you build that up over time. Spool of Silk Weaving Thread, that's an Ascended material. This is a time-gated thing. You see it says right here, you can only craft this once per day. So make it a habit. You know, every day you log in, craft these things as much as you can, and they will build up over time. So, what did I say? Bolts of Damask. Those are very much a time-gated material. So there you go. And I just crafted these earlier today. So, and these are all precursor. So I cannot touch these. Oh, that reminds me. Precursor armor, never ever equip stats, or never ever assign stats or whatever. Now, obviously, the colors here are from what she's wearing right now, so disregard the colors. That's not what this is about. But anyways, I'm going to switch this. This is what the precursor armor is going to look like, well, specifically on a Sylvari. And because it is precursor, again, it will not transform. Only the final legendary armor, Perfected Envoy, I'm sorry, only the legendary armor itself will have moving parts on it, whatever. This is just armor that looks like armor, has no signature, I'll say, moving parts on it. So yeah, those, and obviously these are not the colors I'm going to be using on it. Let's see. Basically, the big thing was gathering materials and grinding for legendary insights. That's pretty much all. That's all that I've done for the last 8-9 months or so. It's just grinding for legendary insights. So, yeah. And again, if you really work at it, I think you could get like 35 legendary insights per week, and you have to have 300 in total to make a second or even third set of Perfected Envoy. So that's the reason why I'm cautioning about that. About choosing that chest of ascended armor that I was pointing out in my. That's why. It's because it can cut out like 3 or 4 months out of your effort. You don't have to do. Now, if you decide to go for all 3 sets of armor, then yes, you'll have to go for the full 300 legendary insights for the third set of armor. Whatever weight you're going for, you will inevitably have to go for a full 300, which means when I go for the Perfected Envoy heavy armor, my guess is it's going to be about 9 months from today, roughly, depending on how much effort I'm willing to put into it. Because again, those tier 4 material, those tier 5 and tier 6 materials are bloody expensive. So that also slows me down a bit. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to get to 4,000 gold for the first time ever by, I don't know, the end of this year, the end of 2026, or maybe January 2027. I'll be making the next video. I have no idea. Boy, I'm wasting a lot of time. Let's put this damn thing together already, shall we? Alrighty then. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making the announcement and send it to the guild as well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do I always end up doing this in the middle of the night when there's nobody online? Like, why would I do that to myself? I don't understand. Like, I should be doing this in the middle of the day when there's like 100 people or 200 people in here or whatever it is. That's what I should be doing, but I mean, I'm not a vain person. I'm not a boastful, or I'm not that kind of person. So like, it shouldn't really matter whether I announce it, but it's kind of tradition when you just about to craft it, you announce in all chat, "Hey, I got all the parts for it. Here I go." That's what you're supposed to do, right? So, And obviously, my current East Coast guild has been asleep for about 3 hours now, so none of them are going to be seeing it. At least I don't think they are. I don't know. One person I recognize, and they're probably not paying attention. I could do this in Lion's Arch. I don't remember if I did this in Lion's Arch or not. Whatever. I don't need it. All right. Oops, wrong button. We'll press F, Ava. All right, here we go. F4. For the second time. It's interesting. Ordinarily, you hit refill, it puts all the materials in, but because you're crafting legendary armor, it leaves that last slot open, so you have to do it again. Or you have to do it manually. Oh, hey, that reminds me. Let's see. Oh, I remember there was a legendary. Let's see. There's an achievement that you can keep track of for legendary armor. There it is. There we go. Okay. So I'll put that right there. It's the 4th slot there. Okay. Now this is not going to max out tonight, obviously. So maybe I will, like I said, about 9 months from now, I might be able to do that. But it'll be nice to see see that number go up. So let's see, refill.
I want that.
Yay! 2 sets of legendary armor. Wrong button. Where is it? Legendary armor. There it is. Yeah, I was keeping track of that. So this popped up just now. Damn, I'm proud of myself right now. Cool. Very cool. Now I'm to turn this off because it's going to drive me crazy. Okay. Now, I actually haven't used Kiehri in years. She's a craftsman. She's kind of a storage character. And you can tell because she's all exotic stuff, you know. So, well, except for some of her trinkets. So, whatever. Yeah, she still has coin purchasable mining tools, whatever. I don't use this character. She just stays here in the Mistlock Sanctuary all the time. But you can see right here. Actually, you know what? I can preview it on her. I'm not going to be using this on Kiehri, so I'll tell you that right now. That's not happening. Actually, true story. Kiehri almost made me rage quit Guild Wars 2 because I had just finished with Sandris Allure, my ranger, and this is just a couple of months before Heart of Thorns came out. Here is, I've only been playing for like 3 or maybe 4 months, and I'm really, really frustrated because I can't understand. I'm still trying to get oriented with how the game works and how to control the characters, and it just so happened that it was Kiehri, who's an elementalist. An elementalist is all well and good, but it's very, very confusing. But long story short, I was so frustrated because I couldn't get the character to move in the ways that I wanted it to, and the elementalist occupation, very, very weak. Like, no joke that when I did the level 10 story with Kiehri here specifically, the what was it? The level 10 story or whatever it is. She has to fight or the Sylvari character that you create has to fight some sort of a Green Knight, I think is what he's called. And at that point, I died like 8 times in a row with Kiehri here specifically. And I was so frustrated. It was just driving me crazy. I actually rage quit for the rest of the day because I was so pissed off. And then I came back a day or so later and grounded out, died a couple of more times, and then I finally got it by the skin of my teeth. So, long story short, Kiehri here was almost responsible for getting me to rage quit Guild Wars 2. I'm so glad I didn't listen to myself on that one. And then they totally introduced the action camera setting, and that literally saved my career in Guild Wars 2. Way off topic. Anyways, let's turn on this legendary armor, see what happens. Jeez. You know what? Wait a minute. If she's wielding her staff, all she's going to do is put it to the side. I was totally not paying attention, but I want to see this pop up. Remember how I was going on a little bit ago about how long skirts do not cover the front of characters? Well, here you go, right here. It's a long skirt that does not cover the front of the character. Like, I'm not even joking. That's such a frustrating thing. And this is precisely why I'm not going to put it on Kiehri's, because A, I don't use her, because I've got another character I can do that with, and B, for a Disney character wouldn't be caught dead wearing something like, or Disney princess wouldn't be caught dead wearing something like this. It's kind of a skeletal, spinal structure right there on the back of the skirt. I don't know why, but. Oh, the forearm blades are also hovering. They don't wiggle where the shoulders are. I'm sorry. I just those forearm blades that I was just now talking about. When they were stored away, actually, you can see it for yourself. Watch the blades and the forearms when they're being put away. Okay, watch the forearms. Oh, never mind. It's only on this one arm. The way it was positioned, it was. I was gonna say the animation, the blades are running through the arms. I was like, that can't be right. Oops. Yeah, right there on the right arm, the blades run her through her arms. Right there. Oh, I wonder if it's based on where the wrists are, not where the forearms are. That might be what it is. I don't know. I've actually not been watching the boots. What's wrong with you, Ava? Do you have a foot fetish or something? No, I'm just looking at the armor on the boots. That's all. Ah, more raised heels. Why do they do that? Why? Well, no, pointed heels. Raised pointed heels. That's the problem. They don't even really fold away. They just kind of shrink down into nothingness. And then I noticed the heels have a protector right there as well, or a blade that comes out of nowhere. They kind of look like axes. I know it's called light armor, and that's all well and good, but like, why is there still skin showing? I bet it won't do this on a male character. Bare shoulders, midriff, a little bit at the back, and her legs are fully covered. Her arms are fully covered except for her fingers and her shoulders, but because I know it's called light armor, but just yeah. I also like the aura coming off of this. I'm just now noticing. It's nice. The way the blades on her shoulders literally screw down. They corkscrew down and get smaller at the same time. I'll be honest, I've been struggling to figure out who I'm going to stick this on. Who am I going to stick this armor on? Because none of my characters, like, at least none of my lightweight characters, none of them really. It doesn't really match any of them, so I don't know who I'm going to stick this on. You know, Ava, you could totally, like, use a transmutation charge on it. Yeah, I don't want a transmutation charge literal legendary armor. I don't want to do that. I really, really don't. That's not why I make legendaries. I know, you got the stats that you can play around with, but like, that's not. I'm not going to transmutate legendary armor. Ava Unifor A, I do not make legendary armor so I can transmutate it into something else. No, I make it because it's flashy, because it's legendary armor. Hello. So that being established, I don't know who I'm going to attach this armor to. Hmm. What is this thing on her back? Is that a dragon as well? What is that? I've actually been neglecting looking at the back of her. Doesn't really change. It just kind of grows a little, or it reinforces the armor grows around her midriff a little more, but not really around her upper torso. At least not that I can tell. There's a little bit of the bony plate right there, but what is that supposed to be on her back? It's some sort of critter. I'm guessing it's similar to the medium weight armor that I've got on my soul beast. There's a large critter on the right shoulder that grows additional tusks or whatever, or horns. I'm guessing this is the same thing. Does her mask pop up out of nowhere? Because I know she's got a little forehead crystal. That's where the light armor goes, or that's where the unarmored form is. But oh, it just disappears. So does it go around the back of her head? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it just disappears. All right, whatever.
You'll find everything you need here.
Hmm. All right. It's time for me to decide who this is going to be. Oops. This. Okay. Kiehri, your service is greatly appreciated. I need to turn your wings back on. Let's see, where's that? Turn your wings back on. There you go. I haven't crafted anything with her in a very long time, so she finally got some use out of her. Poor Leaf has been sitting in the Mistlock Sanctuary alone and unused for a very long time. So, Kiehri, thank you. Oh, I really need this big guy right here as I close this portion out. Thank you, Kiehri. Sorry I can't remember how to pronounce your name. All right, here comes the difficult part. Who am I going to stick this on? Because it has to. The problem is, with each of my characters, I looked for a specific. Believe it or not, he's lightweight because he's a Reaper, I believe. Each and every one of my characters, their aesthetic is specifically chosen to their persona, their character, all that stuff. So it's not quote unquote me who chooses what they look like. It's more the character who chooses what they look like based upon the history and the things that they do. For example, Sandra Salor, this is kind of sort of what I envisioned she would look like 11 years ago. By the way, there's legendary armor that she's wearing right now. Can I turn it on from here? I don't think so. Nope, because you can't enter combat mode. Anyways, um, each of these characters is informed by their appearance or is informed by their outfits. So, like for example, I would not put this legendary armor on the Sacrificial because, well, I want him to look like a kind of a ghoul. I want him to look like a ghost that's contained within, or excuse me, he's a bloodstone ghost. That's what he is, who's contained within these white robes. Also, I freaking love this headdress where he doesn't have an actual head; it's just the face right there. So I don't want to ruin this particular mask to put legendary armor on him. Also, I haven't used the Sacrificial in like 3 years, 4 years at this point. He's right now he's sitting in Draconis Mons at the end of the one jumping puzzle. So like, okay, whatever. Lightweight armor. Let's see. Dengia, Denjimon. No, that's where that came from, by the way. Um, or that's where I got her name from. Actually, it's from Denji Sentai Mega Ranger. That's where her name comes from. Denji in Japanese means electric or electrical. So kind of made sense to call her Dengia. Anyways, I might put it on her, except she's supposed to be a ho hum nobody. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my second elementalist right here. So she's just an average, ordinary crewmate or crew member. So, in my head, putting legendary armor on her, yeah, she would take it, but it kind of defeats the point of her appearance, which I deliberately, with the sole exception of the coloring of her eyepiece there, she's supposed to look like, average, ordinary Radasum merchants or whatever. She's supposed to look like that. That was the whole point of it. She's unremarkable in that regard. So, would I really want to put this on her? Not necessarily. I've got Charr the Wild. Wait, he's not a Charr. Shut your mouth. But again, I don't want to ruin the appearance of this guy. I worked really hard for this because he's a character I love to beat up on because he's poor as hell, and he can't he can't rub two coins together, let alone being able to put together legendary armor. So the idea of Charr the Wild running legendary armor just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I don't think he's going to run it. Kiehri, I already decided she's not going to. The only one left is Caeleea here. She's kind of the only one who. She's the one. It makes kind of the most sense for her because she is. She's the one who dresses in a flashy style because she's a stage performer. She performs magic in front of stupid Charr and humans in Sylvari. That's how she makes money, how she travels around. And so she's dressed like a stage performer. That's her style. So she's deliberately, like, it's not just her armor that's flashy, it's also her weapons that are flashy. Because she actually wields, and I did this in a previous video, she wields Exordium, which is the legendary greatsword. Or was it the 2.5 generation legendary greatsword? So that's currently on Caeleea here. So of all the lightweight armor characters I have, she might be the one who'd be most likely to. Yeah, I'll do her. Yeah, I'll put it on Caeleea or Caeleea, not Celia, but Caeleea, whose name was inspired by the mythological creature known as the Caecelia, which, fun fact, I helped to name back in 2007. I was one of the people. Oh, there you go, right there, legendary Exordium, right there, or legendary greatsword Exordium. I was part of a team that created the name Caecelia. So if anybody's going to wield flashy, oops, I'm in somebody else's video. My apologies. If anybody is going to get in the air already, please, thank you. If anybody's going to wield legendary light armor that's flashy, it's probably Caeleea, but that also means I'm going to have to. Oh, it means I'm going to have to navigate this thing. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. You'll have to forgive me. My characters are locked into one physical appearance, which is why it's taking me so long to decide who's going to wear this armor. They're locked into one physical appearance, so I don't use templates, fashion templates, weapon templates. It's like once I find an appearance for them, I'm very monogamous with them. So the idea of running two fashion templates or more than one fashion template is strange to me. So means I don't know how to use the damn thing. Thanks, PGI. Or no, not PGI. ArenaNet. PGI is a different game. Sorry. Okay. ArenaNet. Thanks, ArenaNet. Oh yeah. By the way, Exordium, right there. Now, unlike Sandra's Allure, who has she's using an ascended greatsword that has the skin of Exordium. Caeleea here actually has Exordium. You can see it's the legendary version. So, yeah. And that's the only legendary she's carrying. Everything else is ascended on her. But anyways, oh wait, I could just double click. Ooh, okay. You know what? I just did that backwards because ArenaNet. Oh, how does this damn thing work? ANET, Help. I hate this so much. You know what? For the sake of the demonstration, I don't care. 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. And before I forget, upgrades, armor, ogre. Oops. 3 gold each. Eesh. Oh boy, that's just more gold that I'm spending tonight. Yeah, look at that. I've almost crossed 3,500 tonight. Tonight alone, I've spent 300 gold on this damn set of armor tonight. Grr. All right, those will be waiting for me when I... Oh, the armor's naturally green on... Weird. Huh, I didn't know that. All right, let's see what it looks like. Wait, does this make a sound? Okay, it makes a sound when it powers down, but... Oh, it does make a sound when it powers up. Or when it turns on. Huh. By the way, a clue, which you ordinarily don't see, because she's always wearing her helmet or whatever it is, a clue to her name. Remember I said earlier that Caeleea here was named after Caecelia, which are mythological creatures. Well, Caecelia are basically they're merfolk that have like the tentacles of an octopus instead of the tail of a fish, and so the clue as to Caelea's name is in her hair, which I thought looks like tentacles, and I thought that was kind of appropriate. So that's the clue to the origin of her name. And somehow she managed to get little gems in her hair. Whatever. You know, it's so strange seeing her with her hair visible. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Oh! You know, I'm just now realizing female Asura midriff doesn't appear. I think. Yeah, it doesn't appear. What about her back? That is weird. So why isn't it on Sylvari females? I don't get it. Oh, it's the critter or whatever it is on Kiehri's back. It's not visible on Caeleea. What the heck? So it's different for each species or each race? Yeah, because it would be species. Weird. God, there's so many spikes on her. What the hell was I thinking? That's the problem. I can't imagine this character wearing this. So many. I mean, it's flashy, don't get me wrong. It's kind of the whole point of the character. She's supposed to be flashy. That's the point of it. But that being said, I can't picture this character wearing it. I like the way the crystals. Let's see, how close can I get? I like the way the crystals in the forehead or on her head just kind of disappear into the one or the blades that are part of her helmet disappear one by one into the crystal in her forehead. Watch when I put it away. Oops, wrong button. And now I'm going to put it away. So watch. Whoop, 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 whoop. I like that. That's good. I don't regret making this armor. I just don't know. Wow, her legs are really at a weird angle right now. There we go, that's better. I just don't know. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I can totally see myself. I could believe it, because like at this point she's not on stage. Now she's actually fighting. She's actually fighting out in the open now. It's no longer about being on the stage. So, and I suppose because she's a mesmer, or technically chronomancer, it makes sense for her to be wearing this kind of armor. With all the stuff that's appearing and disappearing. I wonder. I'm going to change things a little bit here. Let's see. Charr, where are you? You right here? Yeah. Let's put it on Charr and see what happens. I don't want to lose his eyes. The way that his eyes have no irises or whatever. I don't want to lose that appearance, and I also don't want to lose the rough and cheap bandana that he has, or headband, I guess. I don't want to lose that appearance because I want him to look poor AF. That's the whole point of the character. But I wonder what that'll look like. Like I said, I love beating up on Charr. It's my favorite thing to do. I just love his appearance. It's great. The book that was the inspiration for him after he was banished from Radasum. It's got the Mad Memories book right there, which glows. Which, by the way, puts a little aura around the character, so it actually glows in the dark. That's another reason I like it. It always provides a little illumination for him. But okay. So, anyways, I want to see what happens if I put this on Charr. What's this gonna do to him? Oh, I forgot the bandana. Okay, yeah. So his irises, his eyes, it's part of a mask. Wraith mask. That one specifically. So, anyways, yeah, I wish that his irises were gone. I want that gone. What's he wielding? Okay. For a necromancer, this works. Right? For a necromancer, this works. I'm actually going to put him in the light. I know I'm wasting a lot of time here. Like, I should be showing combat footage, and I might edit this down a little. I don't know, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know which character to put this on. I think Caeleea kind of makes the most sense. Charr, he's too poor. Oh, there we go. Well, it fits his, what's that called? What's that skin called again? Dominator. Dominator. Fits his Dominator motif well enough. Which has its own animation, as it were. Difficult decision. Difficult decision. I could put it on the Sacrificial, but the problem is I don't use him. I use Charr here. I don't use the Sacrificial. Why did I make this armor? Why did I do this? Because I knew I would struggle with this. Like, who was I going to put it on? I just had a thought. Maybe I could get equipped fashion. Maybe I can kind of go against what I said previously and just keep that one mask in place. Oh, by the way, the default colors. I'm just now noticing this. The default colors. Wow, this is very boring. It's just charcoal and that's it. There's no. That's weird. Because when I put the medium armor on Sandra Laura, uh, there was like silver and some other colors. So I wonder why it is the light armor. It's like this. Oh, ain't it? How do I do this shit? Oh, I just made a mistake. Oh no. Did I just convert? Yeah, I did. I hate this so much. Oh my god. So he's wearing legendary armor, but he's got his old skins on it. It's a good thing that legendary armor does not. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. It's a good thing that legendary armor doesn't, or you can swap the skins for free. You know what? I'm going to. See, I'm going to put you away. I'm going to put that armor on Kiehri because I'm wasting a lot of time doing this. Okay, yeah, I know you're being impatient. I need to show you something because I just now noticed this. I need to make a comment on this. So my Wizard's Vault has something in the special, and I don't know. I rarely do the special, but that's just me. Sorry, I rarely do the special, so whatever. But I just now noticed this. Use fashion templates 2 of 2. I mean, I never use fashion templates like ever, and here it is. I just accidentally did it tonight within like what 20 minutes, a half hour, something like that. All right, whatever. Okay. Anyways, back to this. Let's see, is this equipment? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Customize Berserker because always, yes, I want to apply it to all of them. Yes. 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then I gotta double check. Rune of the Ogre. Okay. Which I already purchased. I'll worry about the appearance of her later on, but for the time being. Ooh, nice landing. I think it's most likely that I'm going to keep the legendary armor and Caeleea here, but I'm not going to worry about the coloring, at least not in this video. I said that last time about Sandra Salor. Ended up just adding like a little bit of purple and some slightly like leather brown color here. Okay, let's go kill some shit. When I covered the Perfected Envoy medium armor 9 months ago or so, I made the mistake of following this one event. It was really annoying. I'm going to try and avoid that this time. At least I'm not going to be following the same one. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm a bit out of practice. Why is your... Why did you... Okay, I don't know what you're doing. All right, let's go. So, fashion-wise, she's going to be a little off. Oh, here we go.
You want to fight? Let's go.
Is your cape turned on right now? No, it's not. That's fine. Okay.
Finally, secure.
Or if I should keep the cape off. No, I'm keeping the cape.
Rage at maximum.
I expected more.
more from Mordremoth.
Huh? Porkman Hauntus. I love it. Porkman Hauntus. Pork me Hauntus. Pork me Hauntus. That's great. Collect anything
Rage
right now.
at
Let's take
maximum.
this turn. It's going to be like an itch on the back of my head where I'm not collecting anything right now. Oh, the treasure mushroom. Should I go after the... No, it's going to be dead by the time I get over there. People practicing their PvP and World v World rotations. All right, here we go. That's not what I wanted to aim at.
Rage invigorated.
Oof, I am out of practice. I've been using my Warrior Berserker for many weeks now, so I'm very out of practice. Do you know the Mushroom King? The Mushroom... Ah, somebody else just drew him in.
There's the power.
You know, I just now realized I'm showing off two legendaries at once because she wears legendary armor and she also has a legendary weapon at the same time. I see you over there. And you can tell because you can see her footprints. Why am I running so fast? What's going on here? Active kill streak. What is that? Oh! Right. I forgot I took Caeleea here into World v World a couple of months ago. God, I hate World v World so much. I hates it. I hates it. I hates it. You can see the clone over there was also had the legendary armor deployed. Has she held on to that? No, that was too quick. Try that again.
There's the power. My mobility is impaired.
I'm usually not zoomed in this closely, but I want to be able to show off the armor. It's kind of the whole point of this video, you know? No, I'm not playing that. No. I made the mistake of helping with an event last time. I'm not going to do it again. Remember I was talking earlier about how Caeleea is a very fashionable individual? All of her mounts are like that, too. They're very flashy. Oops, I turned that off too early. Oh well. Let's see, are they up here? Yes, they are. All right.
Rage at maximum.
See how you like it. Pile of soaky sand. Yes! Large cargo ship. I'll go for that.
Invigorate.
I'm going to turn off her cape. There we go. Oh, grr.
Invigorate. Rage Rage at maximum.
Grab this real quick. I'm trying to show off the armor, which is kind of the reason of me coming in here. So like I'm zoomed in real close, but it's throwing off my aim. When I do this AoE, it's like, oh, it's way out there, but I can't see it. Yeah, can you see it? I can't. So, yeah, alright, whatever. Moving on. Oh, I wonder if the treasure mushroom's down here. Or the,
Fear not, everyone. Lord Farron is here.
Oh, shut up, Farron.
It's
Go away.
Farron, the last person I wanted to see.
I immediately set out to find
Get
him.
me away from this idiot, please. You're
God,
ruining
the
my
last
video.
time I trained you, I lost an eye.
God.
Can't afford to lose another.
Shut up.
If you want to make yourself useful,
Just
look
shut
for
up.
defenses. We won't survive the night without them.
Oh my god.
Help us collect weapon parts so I can build a bomb.
So I can build a bomb. Great. Here we go. We'll do this here.
Rage at maximum.
I think we'll clear out this area and then call it a night. Or at least in terms of making this video.
I will break you.
Rage at maximum.
Ow!
Invigorate.
Underbrush is ruining my view. No, go away. I don't want to help. Go away.
You're a click fool.
They're clearing out the area. I can't kill anything fast enough. Wait, these two. These two.
There's the power.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to change the colors on this. Very, I won't say emo, but it's kind of black leather with metal spikes. And I don't really approve of that, especially on Caeleea. That's just not going to work for me. I suppose I could demonstrate this on Kiehri, who is very out of date. Like I said, she's all... Like, I'm not going to use it on her permanently, but just for the sake of demonstration, I might take her for a spin. Poor Salad needs to get out of the sanctuary anyways, I suppose. Eh, whatever. I think this is good enough. I think I'll call it there. I don't want to say that I regret making this because, I mean, it's legendary armor. It's more flexible than anything that I've got. You know, I can change the stats to whatever the hell I want to. I can change the appearance to whatever the hell I want to as well. But that being said, can't really say that, you know, all of a sudden that cape is not going to work on this character if I go this way. You know, I feel like I should have made the heavy version and saved this for last. But this feels like, and I'm trying to remember what I was thinking 9 months ago when I started this particular quest. Because, like, as soon as I completed Perfected Envoy Medium Armor, I immediately started building up Legendary Insights so I could make my next set of armor. So here I am. But it was only within the last month or so where I decided, oh yeah, I'm going to make light armor. Save the heavy armor for last. But now I'm kind of regretting this one. I don't know. I suppose I could go into, is it Janther Wilds? That had the next set of, it's either Janther Wilds or Secrets of the Obscure that had the next set of PvE legendary armor. Maybe I could do the light armor from there. That looked kind of nice. But I have not purchased either of those expansion packs, so I'm kind of got a problem there. I suppose I should be grateful, but it's just kind of like I said, it's the fashion. That's the problem. Is I don't like the appearance. I don't regret it per se. Like, yeah, it's legendary armor. That's yet even more end game content that I've crossed, you know. But that being said, gosh, I don't know who I'm going to stick this on. I've been playing a lot of medium and heavy armor lately, so sticking it on the light armor is going to be interesting. Stupid broad shoulders. Ugh. That's an old complaint I've got with the Norn is the male Norns, their shoulders, their necks are really strange. That's why I only have 2 Norns, coincidentally. Whoa. When did that happen? When did that invitation show up? I don't know. Strange. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not going to be ideal. Actually, I should grab this real quick since I'm here. There you go. Okay, so this is the sacrificial. And now you understand why I like that hood so much. Alright, so... Well, I said I wanted to see what it looks like on a... Not a Charr, not an Asura. So... Whoa! Turn off his backpack. You know what? That actually kind of works. I'm just looking at his how broad his shoulders are. Good lord. You know, maybe this is the kind of armor that needs to be on a male instead? I don't know. Wait, did I change his... alright. Hmm. It's so weird looking at this guy without his hood on. Whoa. You know, maybe this is the kind of armor that needs to be worn by a Norn male. Just need to come up with a Norn male now. Here it is again. The what's it called? The spinal armor, or whatever it is. That critter that was on the back of the Sylvari armor specifically, for whatever reason, it's not present here. And I'm not talking about the stuff that disappears there, because remember I said that there was a character face that was right here? Well, now it's not present. It seems to be only on Sylvari. That's strange. Unless it's on the chest. Yeah, there it is. There's the eyes, some sort of horns to either side. There's a horn on the nose and the crest on the head. I wonder if they took it from the back and put it on the front. That's strange. You know, honestly, this looks better on him than I thought it would. Oh, on Kiehri, there was a pair of axe-like blades coming out the back of her ankles or whatever it is. But on the sacrificial, they're not there. That's strange. I was expecting that. Not gonna lie, this looks way better on him than I thought it would. Sincerely, I was not expecting him to look this good. So, huh? Well, if I can figure out how this bloody wardrobe things works, maybe I can. Oh, good. For free with your currently equipped. No, no, that's not what I wanted. No. I hate this thing so much. All right. There we go. There we go. Now the question is, okay. Cost 0 transmutations. Okay, so save that. Ah, okay, there we go. Now he's got that mask that I like. So this might be an occasion where I make an exception. So only his head would keep the mask. I can see that happening. Sorry I'm taking so long, just a lot of quiet and a lot of thinking, but you're kind of on the journey with me as I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next with this armor. Well, I don't think I'm going to keep this on him, because I just like his old appearance a lot more. Well, I definitely have some thinking to do. See, is that all my light characters? Medium, 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 medium. Heavy, 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 heavy. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I've gone through all the lightweight characters I've got. So I showed it with her. Didn't really work on her. It kind of works on him, except it goes against his character. It mostly works on her because it's flashy. And shrug. But it seemed to work the best on the sacrificial. That's strange. I was not anticipating that at all. I'm really going to have to think about that one. Most likely, I think it'll end up on Caeleea. And then maybe Charr. Not certain. All right. I think I've gone on for long enough about this. Obviously, I'm going to edit this down quite a bit with that to avoid a lot of the long pauses and mumblings and goings on. But I hope you enjoyed the video, regardless. And also make certain that you take my advice on the that bonus chest of ascended armor that you get when you make the Perfected Envoy the first time around. Make certain you select a weight other than the weight that you're currently aiming for. Okay? I cannot emphasize it enough. That'll save you months of effort in raids. So, yeah, make sure you do that, because that way you'll only have to get a 150 legendary insights, and then you'll have the precursor armor already waiting for you. You'll have to put a lot less material into it. Okay. The third set of armor, you're not going to have a choice, and indeed I'm not going to have a choice. But that second set of armor that you make, you do have a choice. So make sure you take advantage of that. His background is pretty. I feel like I should actually like take the time to play End of Dragons at some point. Okay, so it's been almost 24 hours since I recorded the Perfected Envoy Light Armor thing, and I had actually just finished signing off, saying, the save unit for a thank you very much, blah, 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 blah. And I was beginning to look at the color selections for the Perfected Envoy Light Armor, which I had ultimately, yes, I'm getting to my point, which I had ultimately selected for Caeleea here. And I unintentionally stumbled into something. Now, I did record it last night, but I forgot to record the audio, so it's completely silent. My initial raw reactions go, all right, okay, I get it. So anyways, I was going through the color palette, and I don't remember exactly which button I hit, but I managed to save it. I came up with this. Apply to equipment. And let's see, I'm going to do it this way. Honestly, this isn't bad. Now, it's not been filtered in any way, and it doesn't have the what color is that? What color is this? Grape gum. It doesn't have that. Instead, for whatever reason, it's selected just black or charcoal or whatever it is. So this is what it looks like right now. Now, if I was to apply, oops, I actually have to select it. Grape gum, put it here, put this here, put this here. You'll see here, now she's got all the colors that she originally had in her previous armor setup. Thank goodness I have this window open so they're not blocking me. So, all things being equal, this is what I'll call a happy accident. It's a little too much. Let's see, what color would that be? I think it's orange. Yeah, the orange. I'm just gonna choose a random color here just to contrast. If you look at her chest plate, it's orange, which, I would not have anticipated that. So, I've actually thought about saving this this color arrangement right here. This actually no, I'll just save it right there, and then apply to equipment. This is kind of unintentionally really nice. It's not quite what would have selected, but all things being told, it's a happy accident that honestly worked out better than I thought it would. And it's kind of evenly distributed itself in all the right places that I would like. The mask, the edge, or the base of all the blades have been colored up. The heels, the knees, all very nice, all very convenient. So yeah, I just wanted to point this out real quickly. Again, happy accident. Actually, no, we'll do it this way. Let's see if I can do the thumbnail for Caeleea with this color scheme in place. I don't know. I have to try to capture this somehow. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Okay. And so with that, this is AV Unit 4A saying thank you very much for tuning in.